There are a lot of different concerns within the cannabis community.
On Thursday, the City of Winnipeg's Property and Development Committee was presented with a report recommending the city to include cannabis retail in the next bylaw review. Back in June, councillors asked for this report, showing the increase in cannabis locations since the last statistics were presented in October 2020. Between then and October of this year, the number of cannabis stores in Winnipeg has increased from 14 to 73.
The proposed idea of any sort of bylaws brings an air of concern, and I would definitely say fear, to small businesses and large businesses of overregulation that will stifle the growth of this industry.
Cannabis retail has been allowed to operate anywhere that is zoned for commercial use. At this time, there are no regulations stating how far cannabis retailers should be distanced from each other or how many locations there can be in the city, but the report is now proposing these limitations. The Westdale and Osborne Village areas both have clusters of cannabis stores within 50 meters of each other.
You'd think that there'd be a little bit more pre-planning done.
Chris Britton, owner of Black Tie Cannabis, says with an industry so heavily regulated, it's hard to keep up. A change of this magnitude could be detrimental to business owners.
I think a lot of what we do here in Manitoba is really great compared to other provinces. I hear that from reps, I hear that from different proprietors. But, doing stuff like this just kind of makes us look like we had no idea this was about to happen.
John Arbuthnot, CEO of Delta 9, was not available for an interview, but suggests the city should reach out to the cannabis industry retailers before they make any final decisions on limiting the number of cannabis locations within close proximities. Many Canadian cities already have minimum separations for new and existing cannabis stores. Edmonton has a 200-meter minimum, Calgary with a 300-meter distance, and Victoria with the widest range at 400. Jacqueline Pahota, executive director of the Association of Canadian Cannabis Retailers, says distancing cannabis stores is beneficial.
We're trying to achieve a balance of legal access for our citizens of Winnipeg, and we're also trying to achieve a balance for the communities that welcome those stores. And then finally, we want to make sure that those businesses are healthy. Having a large cluster of those businesses all in one spot might not be the best solution.
In Winnipeg, Alex, Karpa City News.